Right, so we're live. Actually, you're lucky that I got changed. I put on a new shirt. I was wearing my hunting and fishing shirt, and I think I've been in it for like 4 days.
Yeah, lockdown's a bit like that. I feel honoured.
Because I was thinking, like, we almost need to. I was like, I haven't done much washing this week, so obviously everybody's wearing the same clothing.
Yep.
Possibly not showering often enough.
No. Well, we're in the middle of a bathroom renovation, so unfortunately we've had to put that on hold because the plumbers can't come in. So yeah.
So you
It's
guys
fun.
showering with cloths and bowls, or are you still got a functioning shower?
No, we don't have a functioning shower. We've got a camp shower set up, but it's not really the weather for that, so it's kind of,
Because you're in Dunedin.
Yes.
Oh, well, you guys probably smell better than us, because I'm sure I haven't showered for a few days.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah, so let's kick it off a little bit just to introduce Kelly. Kelly's from Nappy Needz, and one of the reasons why we're doing these little lives is, one, I've got a new platform to play with, which I thought I'll just see how it works, because finally we can get two people on at the same time and broadcast live to a few different places. But also the other reason is because we've got some amazing companies that do support us and look after us and have done for years. So Kelly's one of those people. And so it's sort of also about connecting with just other people outside of the house when you're allowed to talk to them and not wear a mask. So welcome, Kelly. It's so good to see you. And I think it was a few months ago we saw each other in Dunedin. And
it was, yeah.
Yeah, that feels like a long time ago now.
It does. I was going to say it's longer than that, but I think it is only a few months.
Yeah, it's crazy. This year, I can't even believe it's August, or like nearly the end of August already.
I know.
Yeah. My little sister told me the other day how many sleeps till Christmas, and I kicked
her
out. It's like, right, it's time for you to go home.
I can't be doing with these early for Christmas people. It's just not time for that yet.
Yeah. No, we still need to get through this week. So how is lockdown going for you guys? Because you've got kids and you're at home.
Yeah, so there's 4 of them. So finding enough devices to keep them all, busy on the home learning. I've just had to wrestle my computer that's got a camera on it off my youngest. I said, look, you can read for 5 minutes and I'll have it. But yeah, that's a challenge. Or if they all have a Zoom call at the same time, because for some reason the teachers all seem to schedule them at the same time and they're all in different places, and it's chaos. But yeah, it's all right.
You're coping.
We're coping. It's quite nice to have the time to go on a family walk or play a few board games or that kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's a cool thing, the board games coming back.
Yes, particularly with the weather being not the best, and you don't feel like you're missing out on being outside.
Yeah, my son brought his Nintendo over, and we've been playing this crazy Stickman game, and so and then the Mario something challenge, which I won. I won last night, so I'll just put
brilliant.
That out there. I came last the other night, but I won last night. It was great.
Well, we'll forget about that one. Obviously, it was a practice run.
So now, just to give everybody a little bit of a information around Kelly, and so Kelly supplies us nappies and menstrual cups for a lot of the menstrual programs and menstrual pads as well. Especially in the waste-free period program we've been running around the country, which has literally gone quite bonkers in the last couple of years, which is exciting. Yeah. So we must actually count up how many cups we've given out in the last couple of years. I reckon that'd be quite a cool figure.
Yeah.
Because they've been given to young women for free through the program, which is pretty cool. And so can people still get because nappies and menstrual products at the moment, or what's going on with that?
They can. So we're still open for orders for essential items. So the nappies and menstrual pads are all under that. Last lockdown, we actually registered with the government and they said we were essential and could still send things out. And we've got a really good relationship with our courier driver that comes. So I've got a little space where he picks up at the minute. And we're packing things with, hand sanitizer and PPE and making sure everything's safe as it's going out. And then things are being delivered contactlessly. So we can't sign for things at the moment when they're being delivered. But if people do order from us, if there's somewhere special to leave it, if they just let us know, that's fine. And if not, it's left on their doorstep and signed for. It's usually signed for by COVID. At the tracking.
That's good though, because I was actually wondering about the whole, like, people can go to the supermarket and buy disposables, and I was wondering if there were reusables available during lockdown, because it's a little bit like I'm a bit on our butcher should be allowed to be open, because he's no different to the dairy down the corner. Why can't he just have one person in the shop? But that's just me in my little mind, because his meat is so much better than the supermarket.
Oh yes.
So reusables are so much better than disposables.
But we're still allowed to send out, and they're counted as essential. When we had the first lockdown, we actually did we had the 2 days before it was full lockdown. We did more orders because I think people were worrying that we wouldn't be able to sell them. We didn't know at that point, so that's why we clarified with the government. It was, but it is still essential, and people need things all of a sudden. Babies arrive unexpectedly and grow bigger when you're not expecting it. So and periods arrive. They don't go on lockdown, unfortunately.
I was really surprised. I watched an article last night on the news where they were talking about lots of mums wanting to have home births because their partners couldn't stay in the hospital with them. So I thought that was a really interesting outcome from what's going on, because it sort of makes sense. You don't really want to be stuck in the hospital on your own having to see a baby.
I think that's probably where reusables come in as well, because that's one less thing you've got to worry about getting out to the supermarket and mixing with people if you've got them at home ready. Obviously you still need groceries, but you can get through nappies faster than you expect. I mean, if you've got the reusables at home, it just makes life a bit easier.
Yeah, it does. Just a load of washing, eh?
Yeah.
Good time to try them.
Exactly.
And so, just out of interest, what's your most favourite product that you have?
Ooh, that I sell. It varies. In the menstrual products, I always liked our cups most, just because I've always used one and they're really helpful, handy and simple to use. But our organic menstrual pads are my favourite at the moment, because they're just so nice and luxurious feeling, and I've been using them quite a lot.
Like sitting on a little cushion of heaven all day.
Yeah, I maybe need to get out more.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you can't shower. At least you can change.
Well, exactly. Yeah, at least it becomes nice and fresh and clean.
Hey, and also, what is in the pipeline for you guys? What have you guys got coming up? Anything? I know you probably can't tell us if you've got secrets, but
I can tell you a little bit. We've got some brand new prints coming out very soon. I'm waiting for them to be finished and sent over. And I can't give a date because at the moment, every time I've got something on the way, it gets pushed back by a month or two because of delays with shipping, which is fun. But we've got, some brand new prints, and that's in our covers and wet bags, and they're on the way. And then I've got a brand new product that I've been working on for a few years now, and that's coming soon, hopefully, finally. And it looks like it actually might be made in New Zealand, which I'm really excited about, because we've been trying to get New Zealand manufacturing for a long while, and it looks like we might possibly finally have achieved it for this new product, but I can't tell you more than that yet.
Oh, that's exciting though.
Watch the space.
It's very cool, very cool. And I just see there's a message from Linda there saying that she's so glad that she's got the reusables. I gave birth at level 4 last year, so it is a really cool thing, because you can with newborns go through like 12 to 14 a day of the disposables. And at least with cloth nappies you can stick them in the wash and they're ready in a few hours.
They are, and in an absolute pinch, you can always, if you've got covers and stuff, use something else as an emergency nappy. Anything that'll check things up.
Yeah.
You know, there's ways around
it. Is just to ask our viewers at the moment, has anybody got share their favourite tip maybe on using cloth nappies in lockdown? Would be a good thing to share. And if you've got any questions for Kelly too, pop a question up in the comments. So another question for you, which is totally not for your business, but what is your top tip for coping during lockdown? What are you guys finding your big coping mechanism is?
It varies day by day by what's happening. I think sometimes I just need to. I go for a walk every day when I can, if it's not raining. And sometimes I go with the kids, and sometimes I just go on my own and leave the kids at home with my partner because you just need that bit of space.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is just not to not take it seriously, but not to sort of try to take everything on yourself. Just, it's an unusual situation. You've just got to go with the flow. If the kids, spend too much time on a tablet, it's not the end of the world. Or if we're just in front of the TV. Yeah, we will, it's a short period. You just do what you got to do.
Yeah. And it is hard when you're running a business and you're at home with kids. Like I even find, mine's all social, like as far as I'm normally in front of people. So I've been trying to find the motivation even sometimes just to actually get on my laptop and try and connect with people, because I find I get because we can't work till level 1 generally. So we for us it's like, well, I'd love to just hide under the bed sheets and just not go anywhere. But you really it's actually not good for my mental health. And yesterday we went to the supermarket and got some stuff, and then I was like, oh, I need some cat food. So we went for another walk, but left the kids, who are old enough to stay at home, left the kids at home just to actually get some space, just to not have, the constant, because it's not that you want to escape from your kids, but you just sometimes you don't get any quiet time or time for your own mind space, do you?
No, and they probably need it as well a little bit,
You almost need to have right, now is the hour that everybody just disperses and sits in their own room.
Go to your room, do some
their own thing. Don't ask me for anything.
Exactly. Make me a cup of tea before you go.
Yeah, that's handy. That's handy.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. And then have you got a favourite? I don't know if you're into cooking at all, but have you got a favourite meal that you do in lockdown?
Not especially. I mean, I do enjoy cooking. I did a roast last night, and I always enjoy a good roast, especially this time of year. But no, it really depends. I've noticed that some of the things that I'll make that, and then it's just not in the supermarket at the moment. There's bizarre things are out of stock, so just have to go with whatever we can, really.
I know, it's actually really hard to stick to a recipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to the supermarket the other day, and we hadn't been since the lockdown, and then I wanted to get some flour, and there was literally no flour. I was like, what is everybody just baking scones or something at home? Like, it's all of us, since lockdown last year, nobody's been baking crazy, but all of a sudden now everybody's hoarding flour and toilet paper again.
Yeah, it's that time at home, isn't it? Oh, I'll do some baking.
Yeah, I'm choosing not to bake. I did get some stuff for the kids to bake, but then because the problem is if I bake it, then I eat it. So it causes its own set of problems. And then my other question for you is, and because this is just in my own personal research during lockdown, is I'm just wondering what everybody's watching on Netflix or on demand, because I'm needing some inspiration.
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask this, and I've not watched anything on Netflix recently. We've had a few old DVDs, and the kids have got Disney Plus, so they've been watching Disney films like there's no tomorrow. So, I'm not very helpful on that. We've got a load of old comedies, like the classic ones, on DVD, and we've been kind of watching them with the kids because they've not seen them before. But a Dad's Army, and the really old ones, which they've been loving.
Yeah.
But, I'm not very good on the Netflix stuff.
I must admit, I've been trying to watch a bit of comedy stuff because I think that it's good for a laugh, because it's...
It is, and they're shorter episodes, so you can watch a bit, so you don't feel like you're sitting for. Because I tend to find if I get into a series, I end up watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
When it's a drama.
I know I started watching this new one called Bull, and it's this guy who does like jury studies, and it's like, I didn't realize it's 21 episodes per season. There's 3 seasons, and I started watching it. I think it was on Friday. I think I'm on the 19th episode of the first season already. I'm like,
yeah.
this is bad.
It's too easy to watch them, isn't it? They're just there, and you just
just one. Well, see, when you have to go to work, you can't. You could
no.
Like you can't. You've got to stop. You have to stop. You have to go to work. But when you're at home, you're just like, oh, just one more.
Yeah,
just one more. Just one more. Yeah. Same goes with the biscuits.
Yes.
All the chocolate. just one more. Oh no, it's really nice to actually see you and catch up, because we just don't get the chance very often to say good day, and it's sort of nice to share with my community, the people who sort of support us. It's really important to me, and we've had a hard year this year, but we've had to just work differently, and I think that's the same for most companies,
Oh, definitely. It's a different time now, I think.
Yeah, and it's hard to know what's going to happen from here, but I think that's the cool thing, is that when you've got things like, especially with you guys being able to access reusable products, and especially reusable nappies and reusable menstrual products, it gives people a good option, a good opportunity to do some research, and if they've been thinking about it, they've got the time to research it. And then especially with cloth nappies, if you're stuck at home, now's a good time to trial them, really.
Yeah, no, excellent time.
Yeah, excellent time. See how you go. Yeah. It's good. Well, I won't bother you with any more of my random questions.
No, it's brightened my day. It's given me somebody to talk to that I'm not living with, so that's good.
Yeah. And not having to wear a mask. It's quite lovely.
That's great.
Oh, it's so nice to see you, Kelly. And I do, if anybody's got any questions, because obviously this is live now, but it'll go up on the Facebook page and the YouTube channel. If you have got questions about nappies, Kelly's a really good person. She actually also, just as a bit of a heads up as well, Kelly ran the Cloth Nappy Week stuff this year as well. And she's a fountain of knowledge when it comes to nappy questions. So if you do have questions, chuck a question up here for Kelly about nappies, and her or I will jump in there and answer your questions. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your ongoing support. We really do appreciate you and your family for helping us out. And maybe if we're in lockdown for a longer period of time, we might catch up again, and I'll come up with some more questions.
I should find some Netflix recommendations for you.
Yeah. You better start watching Netflix so you can give me some advice.
Yes, exactly.
But thank you so much, Kelly, and you guys be well. Look after yourselves, and
yes, I do. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
That's all right. So, thanks everybody for coming along. We'll catch up again soon. We're going to do a few lives over the next couple of weeks, or next week. So keep in touch, and if you've got anybody that you think I should be talking to, then flick me a message, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, see ya.
Bye.